Welcome, everybody, to your Patriot Podcast, Episode 2. My name is Chris Burns, with me, as always, co-host Dylan Lane. How are you?
Howdy, I'm good. How are you?
Good. First, we're going to get the mission statement out of the way. I'm going to read this every week, top of the program until you know it by heart or I get it without a mistake. Here we go. Your Patriot Podcast, our mission is to create a platform where honest conversations matter more than political division. In a time where Americans often encouraged to see each other as enemies instead of neighbors, we believe meaningful dialogue still bridge gap in differing beliefs and values. Our plea is to foster respectful communication in political parties and individuals of every walk of life, proving that disagreement does not seek hatred or silence. We are committed to provide a forum for intelligent, open, and informed discussion on the issues shaping our nation and our community. Your Patriot encourages manifestation rooted in fact, respect, life experience, and the mutual respect rather than a personal attack or partisan outrage. We believe the best ideas are strengthened through open debate, activism, and the willing to challenge assumption while remaining committed to stability and understanding. Your Patriot proudly welcomes guests from all political ideologies and backgrounds, including conservative, liberal, independent, libertarians, and voices outside the traditional political spectrum. By giving every perspective opportunity to be heard, we hope to encourage critical thinking, inspire productive conversation, and remind people that the strength of America has always come from its ability to speak freely without losing its humanity. As Charlie Kirk said, conversations ain't. That's when the violence. You want to talk about what happened in our lovely town?
Oh, sure. Why not? What are your thoughts about it?
I don't like them all. Power grab. That's your district. Well, the Antic was already shut down. Yesterday it was shut down. Half though.
As of right now, I believe they are still open. I haven't gotten any word different, or again, it could be any minute, day, their workshop.
I know there was a counter soup place, and there was also one I saw online where the city manager and the fire chief did not appear at a hearing. So that could throw a wrench in it. That could just be one of those, hey, we're prolonging agony type thing. Anything's possible. And I believe it was our friend, Brandon, who put on his Facebook, this is just kick can down the road situation. It could be an end game. It could not be an end game. We're not sure.
Yeah, all I know is it's not looking too good. It's a sad situation. You're taking out our volunteer firefighter, people who voluntarily take their time to help rescue people from me.
Correct.
It's all a let's decrease it.
Yeah, they're waving something around, and it's not pleasant.
At the end of the day, whether it's money, this or that, you can't put a price on public safety. If it takes $1 billion, then this is just my opinion. You tell me I'm wrong, whatever. But I don't care if $1 billion of our taxpayer money goes into it because that's what keeps us safe.
Correct. And side note, for those of you watching the live reading that Dylan has put forth, what you're seeing on camera on Sunday is the act recording. Dylan has the light. You're going to see the flag behind us. See part of Dylan. That's what if you have questions or comments, you didn't feel free to join in. This is by no means what you're seeing. Yak Bada sees Yak Bada. You Steve Iceland face and is together in one screen.
Sunday. Every Sunday.
Every lesson. One other news now.
Gonna be confident and keep with NASCAR and football when it comes back around.
True. Which is why I like your idea of recorded today dropping on Sunday. I don't have to get up dark 30 to go to the church, then come here, then go to my
whatever we got to do to make this work, right?
labor of love.
We can do it.
And thank you to everybody who watched last week. If you watched 3 minutes for the Parish Bang, we appreciate each and every one of you. Keep coming back. Ward friends that promote for.
Like and share us on Facebook, Instagram. X is coming soon. TikTok coming sooner than X probably. We'll be everywhere, right, dude?
And here's once we get a particular, fan base, I've got a number in my head. I'm going to start a Patreon. Donate once, or you could donate monthly. And Dylan and I will go we've done it already. We'll do bonus content only be available on Patreon that you can have for yourself RSS feed no matter where you get
Beer with Bird.
we go. But I like giving it away for free.
Yeah, it's a fun time. Even that 3 hour time.
Yeah, that's a special.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll take it back to what's going on in the beautiful city of Norway for the formerly beautiful city of Norwich, not so beautiful anymore. I don't know what issue it. I know on one side you have the chief, you have what is this bit?
Yeah. When are you getting Nick Gunpowell on the show? Yeah. Oh, but I mean, now that everything's up and running, we can definitely do that. I know we had talked about coming up one of the next weeklies, so reach out to me when it's day and time work for you. Typically we report here on Thursday, so if you could come down for a Thursday, or you can do a web pit. You have StreamYard too, so whatever works for you, man. Love to have you on.
Yeah, so who is
He is the host of Dome Podcast, Small Town Politics.
nice.
Yeah, so he's been helping out. He's, I want to say Western side, right, Dan? If I remember correctly, and Upward Park, maybe. I met so many new people from so many different towns of this journey already. Hard to keep up.
Local or not, I mean, we have Caleb Rohr coming on from Minnesota.
Oh yeah, Nip from Caddy.
Okay, but no, we want to make this, yes, more focus on a lot of things local as board here in the Plexify Studios in beautiful Leadwood, Connecticut. But we also want a national perspective and see the things that he hear on the news, he may not have all the information on. Plus, the fact Caleb works for the Democratic Party, I think this could buy it here, by the way, I'll get to that. But the fact he is from great state of Minnesota and he's active in that scene, he's going to give back that maybe the MSNBC, Fox News, CNN, even Ground News, who's my go-to, I'd like to love to sponsor things that we may not know here in our little town.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Caleb's pretty awesome. I have wonderful conversations with him all the time. But here's his mini bio. Caleb Rohr is a committee legislative assistant at the Minnesota House of Representatives. Prior to working in the House, organized events for the rest of the Democratic Party in 2016.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true. And is very smart, very work.
Okay. I lead Democrat.
I get the endorsement was stop.
Star.
It's okay.
Right. Yeah.
That's all right. We'll get you forward. I don't want you to change part, but I want you to think.
I forward all that.
I was Plymouth Northwest corner. Okay, thank you, Dick. I appreciate that.
That is true.
I don't like what's going on. I feel less safe in my home in the intersect Norwich. I work in Apple. I feel less safe now. Whereas there's something were to happen, say, at one of the several art complexes in Tampa where it's a 1-minute drive. How much longer is going to be from Central Command from Occam, which I think is still standing? Extra time, he's extra bad.
So their plan right now is knock out Pop and Tap and National Bill Holt. So that'll leave us with East Prairie Plain and the true Central Command, the Uni, which is one's on the west side.
That's right. And North Main Street. Yep. Not a good.
No, absolutely. Citizens of Norwich, you should be nervy. A little bit.
A little bit. I don't know if you might. You're 33. Doing by now. Like, you might have been a young lad. The Peachtree apartment fire.
Yeah, I remember that.
That went up quick. And it didn't matter how fast he was to get there or Central Command, which were equidistant from the apartment complex, still went up.
Oh, yeah.
But now, if you don't have something, my apartment building is, in apartment building standards, relatively new, but it's older compared to speaking to places in our town. I'm afraid if our place goes up, the 3-minute response time from Yantic or the 6-minute response time from Central Command, he Greenville's out even further. He could make it, but even still, it's like a couple minutes.
Yeah, scary, so great. See, now I play this game on my called City Builder 4.
Okay.
Interest. I
Future mayor.
Hey, I'm just saying, we learn a lot from this game. Apparently, this game has more common sense than the people running Norwich because it every so often, like every 5 or 6 blocks in the game, you need to have fire stick. If you don't, you can't run that part of the dick. So maybe our city leader, not saying names, Joe DeLucia, to really play this game, try to get a concept of reality is pretty bad.
Oh, common sense power that has grown every guard. That's a sad, that reality right there.
Yeah. Especially in that big ball there. I'm here we go. Well, last for my well, let's just be honest about what's going on. It's this picnic, and we're never going to change it unless it comes out and who is behind all. We can point fingers all we want, but we know exactly who's behind.
And to see the Pico come out half full yesterday, the North Pole shared it. Seek the Insider shared it. A lot of these local news outlets shared it, saying we don't want this. We honestly, I just said it myself. We honestly feel less safe.
Oh yeah, I actually had the honor of going out there and protesting. Me, Brandon, a bunch of other people, Rob, or from the Republican committee. We were all out there for. It seems like, and we are all trying not to make this political. Well, we really need, again, like I just said, you need to start pointing to the finger of actually controlling. We have our local Republicans out there making protests, distant, starting different rally with, we're going to bat, well, our firefighter. Is that all you do? Minus Kathy Osby, who was senator. He's saying the real. He's on her. But we really need to think about this. The elections do have consequences for people. As crappy as that is, it's true. Let's just go, please. And we're going forward. Think about all this. I'm pretty sure this is going to be going on when the election time comes around anyway. Now, granted, we're still a year and a half away from municipal death, but this is looking like it's big stuff.
And in those couple years, you have to wonder in your own mind, is it going, are we going to get our bomb year companies back? Are these brave men and women going to be able to do not only what they love to do, but that they feel called to do, help their communities? Or are we going to be stuck in the position we're in, worse?
Who really knows at this point? It's all track. Apple, it makes me sick. I know this is an issue that 90% of Norwich actually agrees on, whether you are of the left or right. This is United States.
Oh, yeah.
And safe, vanity and safe. So I encourage Mayor Sting and the councilmen and women, please, like, you need the NFOP. We need Battle Open. Norwich is a big city, but
Big city, small town feel, but still you have a lot of ground.
well, the union departments only cover 13% of Norwich. 13%. That's nothing.
To drop, but
Yeah. So imagine if we only have central command and no volunteer. Those response times that Chief Wilson has, volunteers response times this, and it's not as good as it should be. It's only going to get worse. Did you hear about, like, not to really change the subject, but stay on the subject of this union that is just terrorizing your right now? We just donated two sets of $8,000 radiator for the submarine fire. Mind you, I don't know much about that. I saw it I saw a little bit last night, read about it a little this morning. But with all the money issue here that they're talking about for the volunteer firefighter, why are we going to donate the submarine and rock?
you can equate this, Dash, with the story that our wonderful government has donated 90 million or 90 million, I think the number was. I'd have to look it up, to Anti-Defamation League, Jewish Anti-Defamation, while you had starving citizens. That doesn't seem very, I mean, yes, it was help our Jewish community members. Yes, because what about the rest? Oh, I get it. I think there's enough out there. Let me rephrase. There are enough people out there who believe in our Jewish neighbors, who believe in the people of Israel, but may or may not be very fond of the government in Israel. Let's call it what it is. We're giving money to people that really don't need money. While we have children that are, nobody's starving, let's stop there. Everybody gets to eat at some point. Maybe not as much other, and it sucks. Doesn't mean we need centralized food, like your mom dying out there in New York. Doesn't mean we need centralized healthcare. I have issues on that. We can talk about them another time. But why are we, City of Norwich, giving away equipment and money to Subbase, which is federally funded by the mayor, and not doing for our own?
Doesn't make at all.
I think at the end of the day, it's a power grab by Wilson and Salmon. I think you have others that in their pocket, like the gentleman you mentioned. I gave you enough crap last week. I will save my denim for next week.
I really didn't even want to mention his name. I was going to try as long as I can. I really did try as long as I could not to do it.
You made it 80 boy. You did great.
Well, I made it 80 seconds into the second episode. So I think that's the win. But the way he left last week city council meeting with that mug look on his face, it just made the day.
He's still, you
know what? Anything verbally that comes to him, he has come. So verbally, I would never wish anything physically on people who I disagree with. But if you got something rotten to say about this man, go ahead. But he is absolute garbage creating this situation like that.
Correct. Those of you on this live screen that can see the American flag, who have questions you'd like answered, please feel free. If you're someone that watches this on Sunday, send your questions ahead to your Patriot podcast on Facebook. You will cover them, and you will talk about everything you want to talk about. We may do just an entire show coming up as we build the fan base of Nothing But Viewer Questions, which would be fun.
That would be amazing.
And doesn't always have to depolitic people. We consider pure patriot, love this country. Whether, like Brandon talked about last week, bring back Let Bear. If there's something in your town, put forward, please let us know. We'll research, we'll talk about it. You want to talk about baseball, feel free. Part of being a patriot. Nat Raspat. Anything you want to discuss, we will discuss. Because we're
go Yankee.
Yes, that's you.
How about Ola?
I meant for him.
10K, no run,
and the bats were semi-alive too. Not like they were against Kansas City.
I know, but by 15-1.
Woo. New York came in, ate all their food, kissed their wives, hung out with their children, and then heated up back to. Yeah, it was a free.
Well, and somehow we're still in second place to the damn Rays.
Because the Rays were built to be Yankees. Always free. They may or may have free. So far. I mean, the one year they made the World Series against Philly, and I cheered for them because they're in our division.
Yeah, I can't. I am the opposite. I am sorry. I will never fear the Red Star. I will never fear the Rays. Never fear the Toronto Blue Jays. I damn sure will never fear for the Baltimore Orioles. If they have nothing to care about, let's go.
Well, they're also never in a Nick.
I do like their young gun though, Leonard Henderson. He needs to come to the game. He needs to win a game.
You're one of those guys. You want to roll.
Yeah, I do. When it comes to baseball, ask
Psyche or you. Well, Yankee fans in general had been spoiled.
Since the day I was born. I was born in 1993. Like I started
for the ugliest. Well, no. But you were born in the ugly period. You grew up in the Vilconic.
Yeah, that's when I started watching baseball. Like my first memories is sitting on the couch with my dad watching Paul O'Neill, Bernie Williams, Tito Martinez, Cup Nabla, El Duque fishing. Like that's where my baby, that fire stars park. So yeah, I am a little spoiled, man. I'm 33. I've never witnessed a losing season.
That's true.
Never more. We came close. Yeah, but they squeaked it out. I've never won in a Yankee losing team. I hope I never did.
There, because I'm gonna cry. You know.
No, but I would ask Emily, man. Either, and especially playoff time. I'm one of those creamers at the TV. I'm a diehard, man.
I wish that I know they're gonna watch my friend Erica. knows that in the 2003 World Series, in 2009, and I had voting way because he started from. I had the bro that I would wear during ink, and if I forgot, they needed a boot, and if I wore them, they meant Eric would make the point to be like me on game day. Are you wearing your left drawers? I'm telling you, wait much.
Hey, listen, the crazy sports fan, especially around playoff time, we have be a little richer.
2003 series, and then we'll get back to Patriots. Yankees and the Heat. It was Astros.
What?
No, Asprey was the
It was a Marlin.
Marlon. Of course, you're correct. And Yankees doing pretty good. Yes, my girlfriend looked at the TV. Yankees blue. Got a couple of buddies though sitting down. We had it on TV. She comes walking to Kurt stands her face BB. Does not look at the score. She goes to the kitchen. What's the score? 5-4 New York. Who's up? Marlins. Who on, one out. Okay. And as she comes walking to the living room, there's one real quick at baseball. My buddy called her out. Yes. She just television. Oh. 2 pitches later. 3-1. We lost. Super Saiyan is real.
100%. I'm not gonna lie, listen, man. If I'm wearing a freaking hat, the shirt is fur, if we lose, I will never wear that shirt again during the series. Same thing if we win. That shirt stays on, that hat stays.
I should change it during NASCAR because I have not luck draws. I call them race day. I wear them once a week for the last 4 years now.
You walk them?
Of course.
Okay, then. So there you boys play.
So they're checkerboard, like check what? But I've worn them every week, and William Byron has done jump last year and a half. Maybe I should go get me a new pair of drawers. I'm getting rid of them. Don't get rid of them. They're fun. I mean, you get, check flag draws. Anyway, we're done talking about the draw. I can't wait for the messages giving me crap. Lucky draw.
And they're checkered back.
Exactly. You're gonna. You want to talk about Iran, or do you want to go to our questions? Because we're segmentalized with this. We're not going full bar like the past.
I don't think we have any questions.
Not yet. I was gonna. I would think we'll share this. It's not already on my page.
I did bag you,
Okay.
But Iran.
Yeah.
What about Iran that I talked about? What are your thoughts where we are for?
All right, my thoughts are simple. Every president has run tough on Iran. Every president says they're going to do this. Even president candidate, go back to Sarah Palin ran with McCain.
Yep, I'm with you.
Everybody ran cut Iran. Hillary Clinton ran cut. Kamala Harris. Nobody does it. Obama. No, and Bush went full bore. He went the other direction. And while he's doing that, Iran's over there going, yeah, you keep that's exactly what we are. And you're doing our work now. I stated before, I'll state it again. Don't necessarily like Donald John Trump. He's our president. And sometimes you got to shit to eat. Okay? In this situation, my only complaint is that much like Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Bush before him, Clinton before him, Bush one before him, they circumvent on to give HWE credit. First, he actually did go to Congress, got presidential approval finally, and then went into war in the Middle East. That's storm. So there is a precedent here that every other president has done something without the approval of Congress to knock out something with a country, whether it's a nuclear program or regime, this, that, Syria, Libya, take your pick, Bosnia. But Trump does it, and all of a sudden he's done. Do I like the way he's doing it? No, I think he's being somewhat of a bull. But Donald Trump ran past on Iran. Donald Trump doing something. He's trying, and I think their leadership is now trying how to stop. Because I'm sure whether or not hears the American people, is hearing the American people. By and large, not everybody's a fan of. They like the intent, they don't like the execution. I'm of that love. I love the intent, I'm not a fan of the execution. However, when you have a regime that chants death to America for 40 plus years, that kills their own people in the street, protesting, whereas you don't have that here. No kings? The king should have put you all in jail if he really was a king. Well, I can know, I have to be honest, where honesty meets the road. I think he could have done his best. But we live in reality. And the reality is, I think he's doing what he can.
I agree. I see it's hard, but I'm one of those people who support union restraint in all aspects. And like when I say peace be framed, it what he's done, right? To negotiate. He didn't want to negotiate. So you blow him up. Okay? Like well, no. We have learned over the last 47 years that one, this isn't a regime to mess around. Two, they're not going to negotiate. We've already cried it. He's cried multiple times. So we have to do something again, or they're just going to keep progressing into their own beat, buying time for that. And I think it's necessary that we went over there and we started buck. No, I don't think he gets to the point where go on the ground. No, I think we should stay away from that as much as possible. But it's time. 47 years is a long time. That's almost 5 decades. It's time to put Iran them. They have had their hands in everything. Kuwait, Afghanistan, back in the 80s, Persian Gulf. You do your research. Iran is somewhere within that whole terroristic regime. So, is it moral? No. Well, what is it? There is a morality when it comes to politics and war, especially, and safety. Like you said, this regime has stringed death to America numerous times.
I think for me, and I don't mean to interrupt you, the fact that they had to heal just for this war, smart, where people of Iran went out and wanted to make Kuwait fair, and the government said, "Be in the street. That's fine. We're gonna kill you." Yep. No, we want freedom. You want this. You suck.
Now with that,
And it killed.
now do you want to take risks with that? Because if they're willing to kill their own people, what do you think they're willing to do to us? So, again, is it moral? No. But when it comes to at this point in life and how our world is, morality is out the window. We need to think and do what's best for this thing. And I'm sorry, at the end of the day, when Trump's gone, and we get another Democrat in there, because it's going to happen, we'll have another Democrat president.
At some point, sure. It's inevitable.
In the way it's going, it's not going to be somebody who likes America. Unless it's John Fetterman. I have one of my questions. West, I want to put that.
Okay. So let's do the best. All right. I broke the rules. Calling on Nelson Jump, confirming it. Neb follows the rules. So, question 1. What is your hope for an end date regarding EPA?
Me as a person, I want all.
No, you as someone. Oh, no, screws for a living. Let's see you as a person.
This is 2 different perspectives that I see. Me as a person, I would love for all those names, but any kid to come out so we can give them what they really deserve. And that's not in jail. I want you say under the jail. I want them dead. Hang them. Public execution. Shooting rate. Let's go. I'm all for it. Do I think there will be an end game in our lifetime? Probably not. But too many people alive right now are associated with that. Too many people alive right now are in power are associated with that. The same people you guys, release the evidence file. I'm not take Donald Trump out of the picture. He's still new to politics. It's only a 10-year game so far, right?
And he doesn't have many years left.
Exactly. So his whole picture's bigger than Donald Trump. You need to get Donald Trump out of our head because we're coming to his game as president. In a way that's sad, but in ways thank God, but hopefully we get back to normal. But with the amount of the names, people in power that are most likely associated with those files, we will never steal. And I'm sorry, say this to you, I've said this to our Captain Mean Boy there. Do you really think a ring of rich pedophiles has a list of names that participated in pedophilia?
Probably. You're not going to keep up. I think if you're old enough to remember, the last person that kept a client list like that was Heidi Fleiss in the her.
I'm not.
No, you're not, but I am.
Yeah, the list is itself, like, and let's be honest, these are smart people. You don't become a billionaire part of the 1% by being dumb.
Yeah, a secret cabal is not going to heavy listed them.
So we need to get this whole Epstein list out of one doesn't.
I'm gonna piggyback now. You said take Trump out of. I say no. But what I want to impart to everybody out there is, I'm not the only name on that list. For me, I want everybody involved, as I said, up to and privately, adjudicated under the jail. You did something to young women, men, children, doesn't matter. You need to be under the jail. I want everything released. Only things redacted would be the names of the victims. They deserve that by this. So I don't care who it is under this. Jail. My problem is the general public spoke stuff. One name it or one name a call.
And that's what, let me reiterate that one as they take Donald Trump out of it. Because like you said, he's almost out of you. And is he covering up files? Maybe, maybe not. There's no, we may never know.
It's the government.
Exactly.
Suburbs are like what they do.
But, and like I told you, and I've said this many times, I'm on record, if Donald Trump is in those files, as a pedophile, which please, any Democrat out there, give me actual evidence, I would be willing to throw my MAGA hat in the fire.
And not a meme.
Until then, I'm going to support our president because there has been no activation. All right, there's been plenty of activation with no evidence. And I'm the type of person where I'm starved because of personal things that I've been through. And like, if you're going to do somebody, you better make sure there's evidence, especially something like that, that ruins someone's life. Right?
Absolutely. So for some of the people I spoke to, either in person or on the fabulous socials, who say, oh, don't bring up Clinton or Bill Gates or any people who have been known to associate me onto the island. By the way, I don't control to the event of the island. It doesn't matter at this point. What matters is everybody's Bella. Just because Trump is your president doesn't make him public enemy number one. If he did something to a child, and look, as the father of a daughter, that happened. My daughter, I want everybody picked down, not just one human being. And I think that's where a lot of people out there, maybe one of you watching, has learned something new today. It's not all about person. If these files come to light, something's going to happen. You're going to want higher politics as we know it from, because both sides, whether you want to believe it or not, you can wave your flag, Republicans, you wave your flag to the Democrats, you're both equally wrong. Everybody in Washington at some level has a bit of corrupt. And if you are involved in this, one way, shape, or form, I don't care if your name is Donald Trump or Donald Duck, you should be under jail. And I don't care what flag you wave. Republican, Democrat, I personally don't care because I don't wave this flag. But I want justice. You want his picture.
Yeah, amen. I mean, I'm as a Dana Trump supporter and just probably a regular, just something crazy, right? And just a regular citizen at this point that doesn't want actual peace. I don't even care about unity at this point. That's the number one goal. But in order to get unity, you're going to need both sides. But can we at least get to the place where we're not killing each other, yelling at each other, calling names, this and that? Take Trump out of every group, because I try to have conversations about local government with people, and you guys still go right to Trump. Not everything is Trump's fault.
Yeah, they'll think that. If we're not the better. Hey, did you watch the ball game last night? Would have been better if John, but shut.
Well, speaking of that, like, I am skating. All right, so Nick made it to the finals the first time in 26 years. Let's go Knicker Pocket, baby. Go New York. What we hear about.
And they're on the verge of winning a championship for only the second time in Iowa. Hey, last championship night, step 3.
Exactly. So it's a big deal for this band, New York sports fans right now. Go Nick.
You should go out, buy a Hallmark, and put $20 million in it. And saying, Dan, you know, he's been all over ESPN with this Nick stuff.
It's his character. And then it was perfect because he went against Cavs, and that was committed team. So it just went hand in hand. But Danhouse, you should come on to this podcast. This gets good. Send it to Danhouse.
Very nice.
That would be amazing. I'd probably just I'd ban I don't know. I barely watch wrestling these days. But
you watch Anna.
I see his clip and his character, the comedic value of the character to carry that up along.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Oh, is it my question now? I thought we just did.
Oh, you want to go back and forth? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, like I said, you gave me bare minimum time to think these out. So there were.
Yeah, you just need thought.
If you had picked a Democrat and Republican presidential candidate, who would it be and why? No DeSantis, no better.
Beta. All right. Um, on the Republican side right now, a lot of people give me shit for it, and you ever want to have a conversation with me about it, you out there in Wallenland, feel free to get me on. I like JD. I've always liked JD Ban from the time the book came out, the time he first started Fremont, the scene nationally in 2016, and even now. I watch him, and he's not 100%, as some people like to say, a Trumper, because he's disagreed the president on many things and is public about it. And Trump has gone after him, and Trump has we need to fire him because he's terrible. He's terrible if he doesn't like me. By the way, what?
I black about it.
Right? Well, now you're going to piss off the MAGA person, not him, but watch a Trump for you guys today. And he does this lead, right? With his hand up. Everything I do is wonderful. Which way am I leaving? Yep, Trump leans school.
Oh, I mean, he was a Democrat at one point. Like, let's be honest. And that's my biggest argument when people want to say, oh, well, he fits this. He was a Democrat at one point. Oh, careful what you say. Keep biting the bark.
So automatically, I'm the Bill Banks. Okay. And I'd be willing to accept Rubio if need be.
I think Rubio would be amazing.
The Democrat side, outside of Fetterman, which now you can't cut me because there aren't very many that I like. However, maybe the sanest one is.
He's actually third behind Newscomb and AOC.
Okay, if honesty brought up AOC, listen, I listened to the Democrats lose their mind for Mark Wayne Mullins says, oh, he's a bummer, yet you like the bug-eyed Barton.
You hear what you said in Alabama the other day? Well, we need New York to pull up to this now. Oh, yeah, let's start a civil talk about inciting civil war, right?
But kindness, holler.
Yeah, my boy. But she was in Montgomery, Alabama saying that stuff. Like, she was behind Bulletproof Glass. Of course, so she thought that would prove.
He wants gun control, yet everywhere you go to have somebody controlling a gun. Tech it.
Yep. Great.
All right, what's your answer?
For me? I don't. For Republican, if not Vance, but obviously, like right now, he's the front runner. He's the VP. At this point within the party, he is Donald Trump credit. If he were to step down, I go 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, but not every VP. I'm not.
Yeah. That's all reasonable. But
he's on behalf of debt. But
yeah, if he decided to run, it would be bad 100%. But I have very strong feelings about Rubio because if you go back to the 2016 election and watch those debates with the Republican primaries, he was really the only one that could stand his ground without a problem.
And on top of smooth. Yeah, he didn't get angry.
No, he was very smooth. And he, ironically, get poll numbers within that primary race did not, in my opinion, did not reflect his campaign. But he ran a smooth campaign. He wasn't trying to do anything crazy. I say, really, but let me just throw my name out there. Because he knew he was. But Rubio, hard to me. Hard, yeah. Democrat. So hard. Like, does he have to be does it have to be a congressman or a senator? I'd be like,
it can be anybody you want. It's a question. That is.
My heart is with Pritzker with you. I don't want to say that though. You already said that, but I have no choice.
If it's your honesty, it's your honesty.
There's nobody else. In my opinion, I don't think anybody in their top 10 is besides Pritzker. And that's a very, very small push for him on my.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Yeah, I'm just gonna go. But
Okay.
that's too hard.
Oh, it makes sense. I'm gonna skip down my list before. I'm gonna give you this. This is gonna hurt you. Oh, take a deep breath. There we go. Rank your top 3 Democrat leaders in your lifetime vocal cortege.
Bill Clinton.
Bingo.
Um, let me try.
And again, oh or nah?
Yeah, I want to go Joe Lieberman.
No, I liked it.
Um, yeah, this one's probably gonna bite me in the butt because I have his opponent on next week. Joe Porter. I personally know Joe Porter. I think he is a great man. I think he is a little bit too, like he's like everybody else in that party. He's just gone with the flow at this point. He's been in there for so long.
But in his years, it's always done right. But
Oh yeah, Pepper. So, and then no, I don't agree with him 110% on everything, but those are my
okay.
Clinton, Lieberman, Court. I, yeah, that's my life bet. But we've had Clinton, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, presidents in my lifetime for the Democratic side.
Yeah, well, yeah, and well, you're
Yeah, so I'm not gonna go with Biden. Oh. Joe Lieberman, number 2.
I could put Barack Obama first though. Not so. Second term's Berto. Hi. It's why I love.
Well, that's just that second term kind of just filled it all. Like that was a term that I started thinking like, what am I doing? And it opened my eyes to the world around me in a way, and that's when I met Curly Kurt. It'd be the first, but you know,
From your side, from your list, you got two of my look like Joe Lieberman. But as I'm slightly older and I remember how well he ran the state of Massachusetts during that time, Governor was fantastic.
I've heard good things about it.
Understood.
Well, I've heard good things.
Yeah, like Dr. B. He was a man of it. He was kind of Democrat. I strike to be, and I was 2013 when everything went crazy. Like, look at a guy like him, like Lieberman, like Clinton. I could throw Joe Porter on that list. There aren't too many more that come to mind at this moment, but give me come up with some.
You know what? I mean, RFK.
Hey, Ian Orlake?
RFK. I mean, he's a senator at one point. RFK Jr.
Oh, RSP June, yeah. Okay. Yeah. He was a decent senator. He was he's
Yeah.
he's not crazy now. He just sometimes comes off the streets, but it's just what he says at point. If you start here and point here, and I say this about our president, but
He learned it.
compartmentalized. I want to do this with healthcare. Here's how I'm going to do it. And that really is how it should be done. But with RFK and with Trump collectively or separately, here's what I want to do. Here's 40 minutes of bluster, and then I get to the end game. No, take all that crap in the middle out. Stop. Think about what you're saying. Say what me and you say, get that.
Agree.
I can't see. Yes, there's a reason for that. What this is on the screen, it's Chris Lynch, by the way, co-host of one of the greatest podcasts you have ever seen. I like him too. I don't know why, but I like Dysfunction Junction. Check us out on Tuesday nights live every week, Facebook, YouTube. It's a whole lot of fun rapping and menu, and the best fun from have with folks.
Hey.
No, I don't lie to you. All right. That was my question. On to you.
All right. Well, here we go. A little bit more personal.
Okay.
If you were to become president, what would your first executive order or first college policy you would change or create?
I hate to be. This goes to my next question because it's a popular misconception people have is if I say something that right meaning I'm automatically say something that's less meaning I'm automatically a crazy libcar. Yolipa. Stop. What I do, Dave, I would make sure, or I would find a way, make sure that our men and women in uniform who have come home and did their service to this country got more than what they get now. They should get more than what they get now, whether it's money, medical services, etc. Get them all the care and all the money they deserve. So I would totally, not totally, but I would want to begin tapping the VA.
I agree with that.
Too many people come home, whether it's from Vietnam, Desert Storm, the 20 years you were in Afghanistan, madly pissed, physical ailments, mental ailments. Why should they did for us what a lot of us unwilling to do? And I'm that's the royalists, not anyone in particular. They deserve give them what they deserve. They need mental health care, give it. They need assistance with food, give it to them. They should have a bigger pension than what they have. They were willing to make, we just had out a Memorial Day weekend. They were willing. They wrote that blank check to the country, payable up to death, to protect our freedom, by and large, every single day. So if that street start drive you by and you're sad, that's a gorgeous car. Sorry, we're staring out the window of the studios here. Beautiful. But again, here's our fighting men when they deserve and give them more than what they deserve because no one deserves more. The reason we have parades, cookouts, and people can have no Kings rallies and people can have no pro-Trump rallies, any big keep like that is because these men and women are free. You don't. We get all. They.
Amen.
Hey.
And what's your third question?
Well, you can answer that as the light, the round kid.
Oh, okay. My first policy? Oh, Yanny. Good one.
It's the only one that
Really mattered. To me, yeah. No, so it should matter. He's the only one that matters to all of us. Because our Vespers, like you said, that them and their family, right at AEZ, all up in sacrifice.
Biden President 2028 by VP was determined, but he wants to run against.
Well, no, I'll wait. I can wait my turn. I'll bance it up.
It's up.
I would, since you went with the VA, I'm going to go with the QF.
Nice.
I really think that I'm one of those people that you need less gun laws and more word I'm looking for. Help me out for
Training safety.
Yeah.
Respect the weapon.
Because at the end of the day, guns don't kill people. Crazy people with guns kill people.
I did a show years ago, and we had one of my friends come in. And he brought a 9mm loaded, chambered, put it on the table. We did 90-minute talk every other guns. So we spent a short bit of time talking about gun control. But we talked music, sport, book, things like that. And every now and again, I would say, hey, has that gun killed anybody yet? Nope. Because a gun doesn't kill people. An idiot with intent and malice with a gun kills some. Because the French fries, big, fat, you mean fat. Mm-hmm. No offense to my heavy friends. Life make you stupid. Watching stupid television make you stupid. Or ignoring facts or not reading makes you stupid. Okay? There are some people that, unfortunately born with lesser brain capacity and they go to special class. And that's all fine and good. They're trying better. But just sitting back and think it made you stupid because you're not reading.
Yeah.
All right. What is the big deception about the Lee?
I knew biggest misdeception of the year. See, that's hard because there's a lot of misdeceptions simply because I go drunk. I'm definitely not an op. I'm definitely not a raver. I'm definitely not a fat.
Okay, I stopped you. Those are some of the biggest overused words in the English language right now because people don't actually use them for what they mean at their base. They just use it as a buzzword. And if you don't agree with me, you're a bigot, fascist, Nazi, this, stop it with the buzzword. I could say, I don't like to hear the 10 reasons why. It's not going to hear racist, bigot, phobe, Nazi. You've taken all the meaning away from these words. You people out there, not the smart man, or not. You know.
But if I had to people personally, the way they do it. In AA, we have this thing for the self-checker. If I had to choose one thing, it would be the fact that I have become desensitized to a lot of what offends people. So my empathy went to none these days. And I, I work on it every day to try to change that, but it's hard. It is really hard.
Okay.
The life I've lived, sorry people, I am AA. Not proud of it, but I am what it's done as how. And I'm on it.
I'll give you. Absolutely. Biggest misconception about you're mad at. Well, okay, I didn't kind of go there, Drew, but as I mentioned before, if I say something that's in praise of the administration or the Republican Party, automatically I'm mad. If I say something that goes the other way to the left, I'm automatically licking AOC's boots, or I'm, the second. You would, Bernie Sanders. In the dark, no politics involved. Yes. Politically, no, not. That's one of them. The other one is that I put too much of my stake into my political beliefs, which is wrong because while I don't agree with abortion, I agree that there are certain kinds of abortion as necessary. If a child, and it is a child, stop it with that clump of cells crap. Yes, you're a clump of cells.
Did you talk with Emily's mom? Because I just had this guy.
No. Okay, where was
Abortion.
Okay, abortion combo. If the child is a product of rape or incest, have a choice of abortion. If going to term with the child would endanger the child's life or the mother's life, and that's acceptable to me. If you had a sloppy one-nighter at a bar, guess what? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. If you skydive, go out of parachute. Take up. Now I called my daughter.
I agree.
And I told her just before the feminazis it's the one time I use the word das and Venus. Before the feminazis come out and say, what would you tell your daughter? I'll tell you right. You don't want to be a mother? Protect yourself. He doesn't want to be a father? Protect himself. If neither one of you want to be parents, guess what? You both protect yourself. This isn't a one game, one-way street. There are two people playing this game. And there are two people that will have to face those consequences or reap the reward if you so desire.
Don't be Philly wrapped your willy.
Ding dong. That's it.
That's it.
You got a question?
I have one more.
So do I.
All right. Would you ever consider running for a state legislature position?
Absolutely.
Senate, Congress.
Somebody brought this up to me recently when I put that poster up. Right in Chris 28. By the way, right in Chris 2028 for president. Independent. Not left, not right, forward. Absolutely. And I would love to do it in Norway. I have a feeling that as long as the thumb with eyes is unhelpful, I will win this way every single meeting. However, I'm not threatening anybody with violence except I feel this way. Don't be getting crazy. I'd love to sometime though. I would actually like one state level, and my friend Tim up me. It's easier and it's better to start.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm one of those guys that, swings for the fence to kind of get up to the plate.
Blue?
So, maybe a single wouldn't be so bad. A single scores a rhyme. I don't want to clear the base at this point, but I would like to be so.
I believe you live in the 47 district, so we don't need anybody as Republican right now. We got Doug Bitt.
Wait, as a Republican?
I'm thinking you have common sense, You're not, nobody will win it. You're going to have to.
No, I do not have to.
I'm telling you, you won't win not in Norwich anyway, or at least bit.
No one way to find out.
You know what? If you run, I would back you 1,000%. I will endorse you publicly, and we will push you to across the finish line as much as we can.
I don't understand. Okay,
it's hard.
It is hard, but you know what? Everything worth doing is hard.
No, absolutely.
First to climb Everest, hard. Our doesn't invented the light bulb. Hard.
Our system's not meant for a little battle.
Our system is broken. And it has been broken. And as long as we keep thinking that in a country of 338 million people, legally, that there's only two sides, you're an idiot.
I mean, at that logic, there's a million and one sides.
But I'm going to say, if you believe that there's only two teams in this country, you're an idiot.
Whether you believe it or not, just how this is set up. And With independent, you don't have the funding to put out a quote campaign against the Republican. That's the shitty. Trust me. I will, if we could, there was some way to where we could actually make this two-party system fair to where a portion of the Republican and a portion of the Democrat grant go to an equal, like just a portion, like 25% of each goes to the independent party just to give them a chance. I'd be all for, but it money game.
Okay. I'm changing one of my answers. Not changing it. First day in office as your independent president of the United States, after I fix the VA, no private donor or presidential bid. I get that. Let there be a federal fund. Everybody's done their patches at least once, and now we just go to H&R Block. And they have that little check. Would you like to donate $3 or $5, $10 to presidential campaign fund? Check it here.
Same.
That should be the only money yet run president. Private donors, all that does is just dump our money, and it gives you leverage.
Oh yeah.
No private donors for president.
No background bill. But even though they're working on it, I mean, they're not working, but they're arguing about it. At least they're talking about it. That's all. But yeah. All right, though. Yeah. What? One more part that.
Sure.
What one would you rather want? Senate, Congress, or state representative?
I think the House of Representatives. I don't think they really do a whole lot.
I mean, they vote. They pass
Correct.
They don't worry. I mean, you can get right, buddy.
Congress, they would, because right now you don't have any. I don't think you have any congressional representation in this state. So if there's someone out there who run as a Republican and I could run as an independent, again, I'm not going to switch side. I'm not going to choose side. But if there was an opportunity for me, I'd go congressional. Mine goes in.
Segue, thank you. Next week, I'm sure, Patriot, June 7th, you have a very special twist from me. George Austin, who was running for the 2nd Congressional District right here in Eastern Connecticut.
Good. They came to that. And when you look at the map of New England, not that I would like for representation. I think that's important. If you have, say, 6 seats in your state, there should be three of the blue, 3 of the red. If we're playing, but party system that Elon loves so much.
I don't. I think it's very but this is the reality of it.
If that's the case, equally represent. It should be 6 Democrats and no Republican representation. I don't know what the breakdown is statistically in Connecticut. How many are Republican, how many are Democrat? That's something for maybe both of us to research. It's 2 to week, too. Is it really?
I believe, and hold me, don't quote me on it. I want to say they're
like God and my. Yeah.
I think there's only like 40,000 Republicans within the state representative. I could be wrong, but there's over 100 number. I know that. Okay. We're completely outnumbered in the legislature, in the support system, and nor would belong or outnumbered 3 or more.
Breakdown of Democrat or Republican in GP voter roll. Let's see what the Google machine has to say. The Democrat is that a significant registration in Connecticut, making up roughly 35.2% of active voters compared to Republican 21.7%, and unaffiliated vote, a smart vote, have the largest overall block and 41.5%, and remaining 1.5% are registered with the minor parties.
Now, if that is the case, now why can't independents win?
That's a great question.
Because the system is not set up for them.
Yes and no, because we keep believing, and I'm gonna pound this into everybody's head every week to be through this. As long as we keep believing and falling into the trap. In a country of 330 million people, only 2 people are qualified.
We also need to get into the habit of people acting to vote, because the voter turnout, especially over the last 20, 25 years, has just went down. Dramatic. But nothing's going to date you vote.
I can explain that, but yet I still vote. When the two choices that you're given, this is from my perspective, in the last 10 to 12. We'll go 14. We'll go back as far as 20. When your choices are, oh no, and oh God, no, that's a problem. Yeah. And people generally, by and large, not us, not some of you watching, look at it as a popularity contest. Who's more popular? Who do I see books presidential? Who cares? Richard Nixon looks like the guy that runs the liquor store down the street from my house, but he was a president, smart. Not everybody has to have polished look like John F. Kennedy or Barack Obama. Not everybody has to have smooth talking like Bill Clinton. Not everybody has to be a drooling moron like Joe Biden. And not everybody has to be a blustering, narcissistic idiot like Donald Trump, but he's a Christ.
Yeah, thought he's the lesser to evil, but it's become.
I can't do it.
We have no choice, Brad.
It goes back to that word. The son it's Brandon last speak must stay this be. I can't choose evil. Yeah, always. Not all, but there's evil in it. It's evil in all of us.
I'm gonna be honest with this political game, like, especially when you start getting involved with the committee, go out there, you start meeting and talking to all these different candidates for all these different seats, you see the devil at the first. Being clear is there. And
Temptation is real. And I already was together in game. There's a word. The temptation is real, but also trying to get them to believe something that's not true.
yeah, I feel as if it's gonna be almost damn near impossible, probably 100% impossible. But I fully believe in take the separation between church and state, because at the end of the day, where we are at morality, whether Christian morality or Muslim morality, any type of morality, it has no room in politics, because politics is the most ungodly spirit. And if there's a politician out there telling you it's not, well, why? I'm learning firsthand, no matter where you go in this political game, you will meet some great people. I've met a lot of amazing people, but meeting those amazing people, you see the bad side of it, and you start meeting some bad people. And sometimes, a lot of the time in politics, that could look at the State of the Union, evil take over.
To that, I look at some of these events that gone to, and I look at some of these videos online as a people. And we get these things out of the way. For those of you out there and know somebody who resembles this remark, ask Dylan to cut this video and have this like one of those greatest hits type things. Number one, who you voted for is none of anybody's business. There's a reason you voted. There's a reason that don't name on your ballot. There's a reason that once your vote is gone and pawned, it has no record of law built in that up. Your vote is nobody's business. Second, next week, you ring factor.
I mean, yeah, but the nothing I own about.
Your tax money, none of anybody else's business. They're the business you, whoever did tax and not do, and I do my rights. Okay? Fight you one more time. I'm not a fan, but he used the system to his advantage, much like a lot of other rich people. Your tax returns, his tax returns, my tax are none of your damn business. Get away from it, please.
Thank you. I'm going to have to say it.
Well, this happened with a Democrat politician 10 years ago who was ridiculous wealthy. He was running for. They won. He said, no, they're none of your business. There's a reason. And he lost. There was a fact. I looked up. Oh, before that, Ross Perot in the 90s. And he said, that depends on your business. They're my background. As long as they're legal, I'm getting up. IRS, not on my bird. None of your business. When are you going to learn? When are you?
Yeah. Finances, I get it to the point where people want to know what leaders are doing with their money. But like you said, at the end of the day, it's nobody.
I'll change the game money. I don't care what they do with their money. How do you made your money? None of my concern. Your money. Where you got the money, whether it's loans or hard work, whatever, None of my concern. But you do it. My Caps dollars are my Yankees. And they should be yours.
And honestly, given the right investigation, that could lead into their tax return. If something not handled correctly.
Okay. So I'm going to throw out my last question. And then what do we got? About 18 minutes-ish. This is a two-part. What is your biggest pet peeve, either in real life or online?
Biggest pet peeve.
Yes.
I'll give you one of each. In life,
Good, because I have one of each. Trying to give it.
in life, my biggest pet peeve is when somebody puts a dirty dish in the sink and doesn't run water on it. Hate that stuff. And online, somebody who just posts me.
Oh, there's more.
There's a few, but one's different for me.
He is what he is. That's one of online. The other one is the dirt way. You have the question. I'm willing to answer you, but dirty beat is teenage name. I've got a teenager new for you. Got my friends list for over 18. You're in good standing. With that, biggest pet peeve in life. There's you. I'll limit it to people who drive below the speed limit on the highway in passive.
Okay.
Speed limit 65. You're driving 65 or under in the passing lane.
At least feel sad.
Move over. There's a reason of passing lane, reason to travel. You have free on a particular highway. There's passing lane, the travel lane, and the slow vehicle lane. The slow vehicles are always to the right. Fast moving vehicles are to the left. Follow the route.
Yeah, not that hard, Keith. And gas on the right.
Correct. Second would be people who like to give you their opinion and have no interest.
Like Mr. Me.
Yes and no. I had a conversation with him. It was a good conversation.
So I'm glad you had a good conversation with him because my conversation ended up with him basically crying.
That's good, he could say.
I want him to come on here so I can make him cry.
No, we don't want to make him cry. We want to welcome him as a guest.
Come on, Efren.
Yeah. The people, and it's one of my favorite edge braces. You don't want to hear my opinion. You want to hear your opinion. You want my mouth. I don't know. I'll never like it. For whatever reason, why you believe that, and I've asked people this question, why do you believe that your viewpoint is better than mine? But tonight, I love giving you this one because it is a word, and but I use it this way. What is your opinion, Trump law?
And the fact that you had to point that out, the people would get mad at that.
They do.
That's insane. Because that was around poor Trump.
Yeah. I'm a card player. I play the Trump card.
I definitely like saying people, oh, you just got Trump.
But I know what you schmuck.
Oh.
I know now.
Oh, man. Get done.
So, yep. That's where we are today. And that's where we are for the speak. About Paris, do you got any question you'd like answered by us or by our future guest? Go to the Pure Patriot Podcast Facebook page, type in questions, leave a note at the bottom of where you live. We may know personally. You may not know you personally. But if you are, I don't know, Don Wenner from Potapog, New York. I don't know. Well, New York.
Here's the Potapog, Connecticut.
Correct. Oh, you're from Poughkeepsie, New York. Let's say that. Say, hey, my question is, Don from Poughkeepsie. Do it that way. So when we read it, we can give proper credit and place you in proper.
Or if you want us to not say your name, but say leave it anonymous.
Yep. A concerned citizen, Elwood, Texas. Is there? Sure. Wow. What? Okay, my favorite town name of all time.
Why did I add these? I'm a big Muskogee.
Muskogee, Oklahoma. Nice.
I'm an Okie from Muskogee.
And once we print merchandise, I will give a free T-shirt to anyone out there who can tell me why Waxahachie, Texas is my favorite town name.
You're just gonna have to. I don't care. We'll keep it off.
Okay, but
We're gonna. That's symbolic. Everybody knows it.
Waxahachie. All right, Waxahachie and the rest of America, stay vigilant, be patriotic, love each other, and remember, we're neighbors, not a house.
God bless America. God bless our crew. God bless your Patriot. Bye.
Amen. Good night, everybody. Oh.